Right, let that forklift go past.
Now they're doing the licence, aren't they?
Well, is
Probably Dave on it.
Is it a real licence?
eBay licence.
Right then, new week, new haircut, new work to be done, or sort of new work to be done. We've, as you saw last week, we painted all the underside of this in the primer. We ran out of time to do the main coat, so we're going to do that this week. But as you can see, it's gone off, looking fresh, looking clean.
Good, mate.
I should keep it this colour, but we're going to go magnolia instead.
Yeah.
We've got all the Raptor paint, we've just been thumbing through the instructions just so we know the ratios to mix everything. Seems pretty straightforward.
Should we go over that now?
Let's have a little look, eh?
Yeah. Because a few people have commented in the last episode that they're thinking about doing this, so...
Well, it's dead simple anyway. You've got, if you buy a tintable colour, which this is, I think you can buy colours that are
you can just buy like
yeah.
white, black, grey, whatever.
Yeah.
But
we wanted to keep it factory colour, which we've mentioned before was magnolia. A bit strange, I think. I don't know if that's normal on cars, but we're going to go back magnolia anyway. You could get these bottles, these screw straight onto your spray gun, which is handy.
I bought that. That's a Raptor for the Raptor paint.
You get basically this, which is about half full. You've got your hardener, which you mix into this 237mm line. You get your base coat, which we've had mixed up, which was matched to a chip off the old...
Chip off the old block?
Chip off the old block. Chip off the old under seal. So it should be exact match, hopefully. 100ml of that in here. It's basically 100ml per litre. It is slightly different measurements.
Yeah, I think we've worked out in that bottle, there's
711 and then 237, so it comes out just under a litre total.
Yeah.
So we're still going to mix 100ml in anyway. Should get pretty much the right colour, I would have thought. It's dead simple. Mix it all together, shake it up for 2 minutes, spray it.
Bit like a cocktail, isn't it?
I'm not sure how long this stuff takes to go off, but I think we're going to leave it overnight anyway. And then tomorrow we're going to mask all off the inner arches, mix a black batch up, or I think they might...
The black's just ready to go, you've got to put the... Because that's like a hardener in, yeah.
Mix the black up tomorrow with the hardener, spray that on. Hopefully in a couple of days all the underside should be painted, ready to go. And fingers crossed, this week we are should be getting all the powder coated stuff back.
Which you'll see in this episode.
Yep. We're also going to try and attempt, I don't want to put too much on our plate, but we might attempt the brake lines.
No, we're going to do it. We've got them in, so...
Yeah, we'll mix this up now anyway. We'll start spraying.
Yeah. So it's going well. It was a bit deceiving at first, because I thought, oh, we're going to have loads of stuff. Because we used the primer, which was a litre, and we didn't even use all that, did we, Jack?
No, I don't think so.
And that covered everything, and I thought, oh, we'll probably use 2 litres of this Raptor or whatever. But how this Raptor goes on is completely different.
Yeah, it's quite thick. To show you.
Yeah, completely different.
If you can see.
To the primer. And what I'm finding with it is, you'll paint it that way, like that, and you think, yeah, I got that cut, and then you'll come here and it hasn't copped it, do you know what I mean? Because there's that many
ridges and stuff
ridges like that, and dips and bits, and because it was like not a smooth surface to start with, because it had like the
original stone chip.
You have to get, like, now I'm looking here, I can see a bit of kind of grey in them out, so you just need to, but then if you look from this point, it's all covered. And the other thing is, it may be because the primer's dark and this is light, so it's harder to cover it. So if it was black, going on to grey, it'd cover a lot easier. Hey, up, it's back.
But this is 3 litres, isn't it, that we've used so far?
What we've used so far.
And the other litre we used to touch everything.
Yeah, so we're going to literally mix that up now, touch everything up, and then we've got 2 litres to do the rear arches and the front arches and the front lower panel.
Is it meant to look like butter colour? I can't believe it's not stone chip.
Dave actually broke a chip. I broke a chip off the old block, and then Dave went to Tesco.
Matched it up, yeah.
Went to Tesco's
Big
and
match up. You're gonna have to paint that black as well, because
Yeah, we
Oh, we are. Did you go to Tesco and could get? I can't believe it's hot butter.
what are you pinching for?
You can stand on my toes. So
Right, get painting.
Terry's loving that.
Oh no, yeah.
Show it again.
Yeah.
For all
Terry,
for all your removal
needs.
needs.
For all your removal needs in Birmingham, Staffordshire, basically.
Removal, storage,
Botswana.
and,
I'm sure he does Europe.
Nigeria.
He'll do Europe.
Yeah.
He's your man. Good kid as well.
needs-
Good kid.
removal, storage, and waste removal. So,
I don't think he does waste removal.
no, he does, mate.
Oh, does he now? Is he on it?
He will remove anything. If he was a
I'll
doctor,
go-
if you had a
I hope
doctor,
he
if you had
removes you.
DR at the end, it
Hope he
remove.
removes you.
You think then, Dave?
I like the idea. It looks very new.
It does. We weren't keen on the magnolia colour.
I liked it, I did, but the fact that you could see black magnolia and grey before,
Yeah.
had a little break up, but now it's just magnolia.
Like I said, we're doing the wheel arches black because that's what they were originally.
Are you just gonna smash it in so it goes over
No,
a little
I'm
bit?
gonna do.
You're not gonna tape it up.
Yeah, we're going to tape it off.
Why? You don't want like a thick line. You want to blast the black in so it goes over a little bit, so it blends in like it did before. That's what they would have done from
They
factory.
did. They oversprayed it, but we thought we could do it a little bit tidier.
No, we'll do it like
let's just
we
fucking
are
write
from.
a name in it.
You got to do it like they did it.
What? Oh, that will blast everywhere.
No, it won't. Well, if one of us do it, because we've got longer arms, it'll look good. If you do it, it'll blast it.
All I'm saying
Mate,
is-
I've been in the office and I'm
Tell you what,
covered.
Dave, we'll come to it. We'll tape it up. We'll blast it black,
Back to black.
back to black. Right, all neat, and then afterwards you can do a little bit of overspray.
I'll just do a little bit of overspray from the off.
Yeah, but if you get it wrong, we haven't got no magnolia to touch in.
I won't get it wrong, Mike,
Let-
'cause all you got to do
let's-
is
let's
if you
not do
keep
that,
it
right?
here and just overspray a little bit there.
Anyway, we've got to get this go off for 24 hours.
So we're
before we
back
start
in
doing
two
anything else.
secs with me and Dave arguing still of how we're painting this.
Have you told everyone you've killed me this week?
Oh, sorry, I had a cold when we was tightening the head down, and then
I had it.
I've had it. I've had it, and then give it Dave, and Dave's
Oh,
died.
and if you,
I woke up on Sunday with a sore throat, and then yesterday I nearly died, and it's all because of you.
You went to the pub yesterday.
Yeah, but I
What's the
nearly.
football?
Nah, it weren't the same.
Okay.
and if anyone can put a,
Yeah,
a room
also,
up for Dave or something.
Yeah, Dave ain't got
Hopefully,
nothing else.
hopefully, I've.
He's had to sleep in school.
My property's back up and running, but apparently a drunken woman in the block
Overfill the bath.
overfilled a bath and she set the block on fire. Now I've got no electric and I've been divering.
I bet they're thinking how she
Mate.
set it on fire with water.
No, it's dribbled down into the electric cupboard and it went through like a copper pipe which like thousands of volts go through and it started sparking. And that's
This
what
is in the
set her
main,
off.
like-
main electric cupboard.
So have you got a
so
spare
me,
bed?
Jack and Stoke have been round mine cuddling each other for warm.
Bunking.
But they said they will put him up in.
Oh yeah, they said to me, they said, if you can't handle like no electric, so my whole flat's electric. If you can't handle no heat, no TV, no charger, nothing. He said, the local council said they'll make you a bed up in the schools. so without,
But I said, aren't the kids in school? So you'd have to get
I
up.
was going to be big time then, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Right, we'll see you tomorrow. Hey?
See you tomorrow.
Like magic. So,
You haven't changed who you are.
have I? Am I Dave?
Well,
I have to sit down now.
Something like that.
No, you don't sit down anymore. So,
24 hours later,
24 hours later, 2 seconds later for you. We're masking up now.
looking bright.
We're masking up now. Dave's not here because he said just, I don't know,
Freestyle it.
freestyle it, yeah. But no, we don't really want to freestyle it. We want to kind of make it look tidy.
He thinks that the factory would have just, which they probably would
They
have.
did, because
just,
obviously they're knocking these out in the hundreds
Yeah.
of thousands. They ain't
just
bothering.
going nuts with
Yeah.
the spray gun, but we want to do it a bit neater than
Yeah.
that.
So we're masking off now, so we don't get any of the black what we're painting on in the arches and on this front cross member here. We don't want that spraying over our lovely magnolia, do we?
Nope.
So we're going to mass that up all now so we can get these sections sorted. We'll mix up some paint and get that on, and then that should be it then for the underside painting wise. And then it's a case of, I've got all the bits for the brake lines to make them up, so we're going to crack on with that, and we'll be getting the powder coat stuff back.
I don't know, I wouldn't hold your breath. Well, what day are we on now? Wednesday? Yeah, it's hard, wouldn't it?
You saying if I hold my breath I might die?
We might get it back. We ain't got any bushes, so it doesn't matter anyway, does it?
And not the bushes with leaves on. So
Get masking, stop.
I'm going to get masking. So the black now, you're going to quickly explain, because this is a bit easier to do, isn't it? Simpler.
Yep, 1 tin of hardener, 1 bottle of paint. Put the paint, hardener in the bottle. If my calculations are correct.
Well, you ain't had to do any, have you? Because it's already
My
done for you.
calculations are correct, then
Yeah.
that will be fine.
Shake, what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes, shake it up. Straight on your gun, straight in the hole.
Dead easy, ain't it? So that's the difference between the tintable and
Yeah.
just the standard Raptor coloured paint.
Yeah,
So a little bit easier, isn't it?
yeah. The masking was a bit
The
more
but the thing is, this is what we're about to say is, you got to get the masking right, ain't you?
Yeah.
And if we ain't got it right, it's going to cause us a headache. So as you can see now in there, all this area is going to be painted black, which
There is
we
a bit of a strange bit on this where it's actually the sort of rear
Rear,
chassis leg,
yeah.
where we don't want that visible when you've got the wheel on, so we're just basically cutting it off at a kind of.
I mean the wheel's going to be there, so you're not going to
Yeah.
really see it, but if you take the wheel off, you want that kind of area all black, don't you?
You don't want to see the creamy get behind the wheel.
And it's just going to get dirty, isn't it? I know the underside's probably going to get dirty, but the wheel arches get. There is a bit of a plastic bit what goes there, but the other side has nothing, and then the front one has two like half inner arches.
Yeah, I mean they are black. Yeah. I don't even know how much you'll see in the end, but
I think you see all kind of that area there. The rest of it is all black plastic, but
anyway, stop chatting, start painting.
okay. Got any caps left?
Yeah, you might need one of them though. This one's seen better days.
I need to give it a wash.
Anyway, 2 days later from what you've just last seen, hopefully that means all the paint's gone off.
Should we have a look?
Yeah, I did read on the tin it takes a week
Nah, sound.
to
this
fully
is-
go off. But we're going to unwrap it in a second. Looks like it's gone off. Looks decent in here.
Black, that's what it looks. It's like a black
Looks
cave.
brand new. But we're going to unwrap it and see how much oversprays all over the Magnolia bit.
Yeah. Let's unwrap it and then we'll show you around and see what you think. I'm well happy with it. You happy, Jack?
Well, don't you?
Chicken before they've laid the eggs. Oh yeah?
Ah,
Is that a smile? He's smiling, isn't he? This is great, isn't it, that Jack?
yeah.
We're
One
happy.
thing we can say is the prep makes all the difference.
Yeah.
To the finish you're going to get. We spent hours taping and masking and doing all that kind of stuff, and now it's all off. It's showing it.
We was kind of like pulling our hair out a bit with this taping it all up. It was becoming like a bit of a problem, but then we figured out how to do it, and we're glad we did. It's just patience, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, takes your time, but that means you can paint quicker, and then when you've taken all the masking off,
It looks great.
yeah, it's 10 times better.
I mean, look in this arch here. That is painted nicely, and then like the back of that is the magnolia colour. So it just where Dave was going, yeah, just freehand it. It would have been everywhere, wouldn't it?
I don't think you'd get a good freehand finish, but the
But we
one
have
thing,
made a little cock up there, haven't we?
yeah, I
See
think
on
the
the
tape come off where it was taped around the bumper.
And-
So we've got to try and do something with that.
But that is the only bit we've got a bit of overspray. But this is what I'm saying. That stuff to get off ain't going to be easy, is it?
I don't
And you don't
know
want
if it
that
will.
all over the car.
Yeah,
And even down like here where we masked off, and it's now black, a nice black sill bit, it's come out really well. The only thing we might have to touch in where the feet are on the ramp, but I think we can just get a rattle can, can't we?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's the absolutely 100%
It is,
perfect,
this is the best job ever.
but
Even up here, if we look in the front, you know what I mean, we masked all that airbox off. Obviously the inner arch is going to cover the rest of that lot up. And then we even did this like front panel here, and it's just tidied all that up, hasn't it, Jack?
looks 10 times better, and hopefully now it'll last for another 30 years and no one's going to have to think about it.
The thing is with
After
this
all the hard
Raptor,
work.
this Raptor paint it was invented for like bed liner, like in the back of your truck.
Yeah.
So you could literally throw stuff in, and underneath this car you can throw stones or flick up whatever, and it's rock hard. And I think it's the future, isn't it, this Raptor? I know Dave was going, yeah, but it's not from factory. I was saying, if they had Raptor paint back in the day, this is what they would have painted the underneath with, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and now we've just got to cover it all back up with all the bits and bobs.
And then if anyone's going, is it the same colour as what it was before, you can see that's the original, like the magnolia colour there. So it's just brighter, isn't it? 'Cause it's cleaner, but it's a decent match, isn't it?
It's almost exactly the same. The only difference was it wasn't all undercoated, it wasn't from factory. There was loads of patches that
Yeah,
were
so
done
we've
at all,
gone kind
a
of,
bit further than they did at the factory.
yeah, because they literally, well, as you've seen in obviously the previous episodes, just mainly this area, the tunnel weren't done.
None of the wheel well was done.
None of the spare wheel, because obviously that's underneath the petrol tank, and obviously under the back seats there, that wasn't done. So we've gone further,
We thought we might as well go the extra mile
and
anyway.
it's less masking off, isn't it?
To be fair, if we could just put some tape across there and not done it, but
Why?
it would have looked daft. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. But yeah,
So
it's turned out well.
when we get the stuff from, which we promised we was going to hit back this week, but it looks like it isn't. So you'll soon find out by.
The powder coating hopefully will be next week.
We're going to get on some brake lines.
I'm going to try. You might not see this because it might not happen.
Right, enough of that, it's too bright under here now. Imagine all the bits back on, brand new. We're going to have to drive this car upside down, aren't we?
Remember when I told you all Stokes was an expert at brake lines?
And in my little head, I was thinking,
How hard can it be?
when was I an expert at brake lines?
He told me he was an expert. He did it off camera though, so you wouldn't know. Then he looked at the little tool he's been given and looked at these brake lines and how intricate they are. And now you've decided
I'm
you're
telling
not
you
an
now,
expert.
I've done a set of brake lines, and they were straight, and they was on this truck because I extended the chassis, and there's literally that much. And now Jack's telling everyone I'm an expert at brake lines, and all I've done is a straight piece. So look, bear with us. You're going to see what we're going to do, and if we pull this off, anyone can pull this off.
Yeah, especially the tools we're going to be using.
Scrap that. We are experts at brake lines.
But I think we have mentioned it anyway, but you've obviously got, in this group of lines, you've got 2 brake lines.
So there's your brake lines, them 2, and then these bigger gauge, what look bigger gauge,
Are all fuel lines.
are fuel, yeah.
And they are going to be braided.
Yes, so we've ordered some braided stuff. You're going to see how that pans out, and and then if it works, crack on, have a go.
If it don't work,
don't do it. You know what I mean?
get an expert in.
Yeah, get an expert. You are, Jack. You are on the end of that.
How the hell is this going to look like that?
Don't worry about it.
It's not even straight now.
Me and you have got to play tug of war in a minute to try and straighten this out. I'll be back into it. Oh, we've got one bad on it. Do you reckon if I rub it like a genie? No, we were saying we were professionals at brake lines.
You are.
I think we are now. So, we had a bender, we had all this kit and everything, and it didn't really work, did it?
You wouldn't be able to. The bends that are in this, they're so.
Intricate.
Yeah, it's all
That's
over
a big
the place.
word, don't know what it means, but it sounds like the right word for this job.
Stokes used the tools God give him.
Yes, and
A couple
pulled it off.
A couple of zip ties as well.
Yeah. So what we've done, bent it with our bare hands because it is easy to bend because copper, the original brake pipe is like steel. It's quite stiff, which has helped us because it's kept the original shape, where if that was copper, it'd be bending all over the shop. So we've bent the copper to the steel, cable tied it, and me and Jack have said, because if we undo these cable ties now, I reckon it won't ping back straight, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're going to leave it, sit it, we'll probably heat it up with a heat gun, so it just holds the shape. And it's more or less, as you can see, 100% there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's within...
It's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now,
We've
this
just been debating about, because it's obviously the copper colour, should we paint it? Trouble if you paint it and then you start bending it, chips the paint off, it might look a bit...
I'm not too sure.
Anyway, one down, another one to go. My thumbs are hurting. At least we ain't doing this with the fuel line.
Yeah, that should be a lot easier, shouldn't it?
Don't say that word, Jack. You know what happens.
Well, have you decided? Are you an expert now or not?
Well, we'll soon see if it fits and it looks alright. But I am happy because, like I said, I did say 100%, but it's 95% there. We might have to do a little bit of moving in, but it should click all in them little locating bits. And it, like I say, it's quite easy to bend, so we can, you know.
Yeah, it'll need a little bit when it's on. You can see, if you're looking, you know, it follows pretty much the right shape.
It's following the original shape, and like
Just
I
gets a
say,
bit.
it has broke here, so we've cable tied that on and tried to guess it as best we can. This is where we might need to make some slight adjustments, but same again, it's broke here and it broke here on the old stuff. So we've just kind of mapped it out, you know.
It
So
wasn't,
that's done.
wasn't as bad as I thought.
No, but my thumbs are hurting.
Well,
Now you know that is one way.
can you still pick up a pint?
Shall we?
Well, your thumbs can't be hurting that much.
Because we've run out. I know I've got to get some bits on the engine, but for this episode, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have been busy. I know it's underside and some brake pipes, but it's a lot more forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what am I going to say, Jack? Follow, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, something like that.
Is it along them lines?
Just like and subscribe mainly.
Yeah.
That helps us.
Get in the comments. Could we have done this any way easier or different? Because we do heavily rely on people in the comments with tricks and tips.
Yeah,
'cause
a lot of this stuff's new to us.
we're not
anyway, isn't it?
experts,
No.
but we are experts at the same time. So yeah, next week
Yeah, bushes, powder coating,
it may even be rolling next week.
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yes.
That's the plan. Are we still on for our December 16th deadline?
Don't tell them what about deadlines. We may have a bit of a deadline on this car because Santa has called us and said, "I'm an elf, basically."
So get it done.
Jack's a bit of a elf and Dave is 100%.
Rudolph.
He is, isn't it? Yeah, but which one's the one what sits down? He's Santa. He's Santa. Santa Dave.
Right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.